loves, welcome back to Bibliophile ASMR. It is your girl. Today I am doing my third annual best album / best music of the year. I started making a playlist of my favorite albums and EPs every year, starting in like 2017, I believe. And then in, I think 2018 then was my first video. It's hard for me because I like to be fair, because for some reason I have this like guilt complex where I'm like, I need to be fair with the grading of these, like how would I do this and yada yada yada. So my battery might die on my laptop before this finishes. So the first year I just talked about, I think, my favorite music, and then last year I did a like tournament style thing where I would decide between two songs which was my favorite, and then we got down to my top two favorites last year, and I liked that. However, there was, I feel like, some good albums and EPs were just done dirty. So we're gonna go back to this year, just like me telling you about my favorite albums, and then me telling you what I have decided is my favorite album of the year. And I think this is fair, I guess. Okay, so the first album is Dear Happy by Gabrielle Aplin. This came out very soon after, and this is in like the order of the year, so it was a really great album to start off the year. And my favorite song is Kintsugi, which I believe is an Asian word which means, I don't know actually, but it has to do with, this is how I interpret it. The song is beautiful, but it talks about basically like, even when you're broken, you're beautiful. And I think it comes from a thing in Asian cultures where when things are broken, you don't throw them out, you glue them back together, and you use like gold paint on the cracks. Instead of hiding the cracks, you kind of accentuate them to show like how beautiful it is to be broke. I don't know. Does that make sense? I know that sounds stupid, but I'll be embarrassing myself. Anyways, great album. I love Gabrielle Aplin. Next was High Road by Kesha. It was really good at the time. I don't really listen to it anymore. Nothing I've come back to, but good album nonetheless. Then we have an EP by JP Saxe, who I love. This was a really good EP. It's called Hold It Together, and great songs on here. I was really, like, I didn't even realize it, but I was listening to breakup songs before I even had my breakup, and that's tea. But really good songs on here. There's only 5, but the reason why I include EPs on this is because a lot of times the EPs, I end up listening to all the songs, like, over and over, as opposed to, like, skipping a couple songs on albums. So, good EP. Next, we have The Slow Rush by Tame Impala. Great album. Haven't really come back to it, but I love Tame Impala. Next is kind of a disappointment. I don't want to say disappointment because I love this guy so much, but William Wild, who I love so much. His album, his kind of debut album, Push Ups, I really like. It's just, I don't know, he released a couple singles and a couple, I think an EP or two before he did this. There's issues with management, I believe, and so this is his debut album after all of that. And I don't know, it wasn't what I was hoping it would be. I know that sounds awful, but I love him, so sorry about that. Next is Kid Crow by Conan Gray. Wonderful album. Love Conan Gray. Great songs on here. My favorites are the two kind of interlude songs, which is so funny to me because they're 37 seconds and 58 seconds. It's Online Love and Can We Be Friends. I really love those two little interlude songs. released of the year. Next is 30s by Jill Andrews. Now, this I've come back to several times, and this I will talk about for a hot minute. Jill Andrews is a queen. She is part of a duo that I don't know the duo off the top of my head. I'm trying to think of it. But anyways, she came out with this album of her own this year, and so many of the songs have touched me so deeply, specifically after my breakup. And that's what I wanted to mention with this. I did go through a breakup this year, so a lot of these albums that are my favorites are breakup albums. More sad music, but I've always loved it. Call It Even specifically is my favorite song from this, but some good second and third and fourth are The Party, River Swimming, and Wherever I End Up. The next album is A Song for Our Daughter by Laura Marling. Another really good album. There's a couple of really, really good songs in this album. The Song for Our Daughter, Blow by Blow, and The End of the Affair are my favorites. Again, kind of a sad album. Next is Supernova by Caitlin Smith. Again, a couple songs in here that are breakup songs, a long time coming. Damn You for Breaking My Heart. I Don't Want to Love You Anymore. But it also has a couple songs that I am so excited to listen to once I'm in love again. Rare Bird and Put Me Back Together are really, really beautiful lovey-dovey songs. So that is Supernova by Caitlin Smith. Next we have Sides Acoustic by Emily King. Now Emily King I included in last year's albums of the year. I found her last year. She's wonderful. But this is the acoustic version. Kind of cheating to put it in here since I put it in last year, but just wanted to mention it. Next, 3, 2, 1 by Lennon Stella. Wonderful album. I love Lennon Stella so much. So many great songs on this album. You know, what was it, her EP where I first found her? Every single song was a bop. This has a couple skips, I will say, but she's wonderful, so of course I'm going to include it. Now this one's a bit of a controversy. I had to include it because it's one of my new favorite artists of the year, Charlie Adams, with her Superheroes single. It is 2 songs, but both songs are unmistakably beautiful. Hero/Dying and Superpowers. I had to include them. 2 of the most beautiful songs of the year, I would say. So yeah, check her out. And next is Chromatica by Lady Gaga. Obviously, I am gay. However, I would say this is one of the top 3 albums of the year. It is a pop album, so I take that into account because my top 1 album of the year is kind of pop, but not really. It's like singer-songwriter. Anyways, Lady Gaga, amazing. I think I said my top 3 favorite songs are Plastic Doll, Replay, and Free Woman. Next is Gemini by Noah Reid. I really love Noah Reid. And the 2 favorite songs in here that I have hearted are Never Ending December and Underwater. Next album is Ungodly Hour by Chloe and Halle. I love Chloe and Halle. This is definitely one of the top 10 albums of the year. Amazing album. Love, love, love. Next album is Punisher by Phoebe Bridgers. Now, I am biased. I love Phoebe Bridgers more than I love myself. This album is one of the top 3. My favorite songs are I Know the End, Chinese Satellite, Moon Song, Savior Complex, Punisher. Like, I love them all, but I would say I Know the End, Chinese Satellite, and Savior Complex are my top 3 songs. Love, love, love Phoebe Bridgers. Next is the self-titled songs, but love this album. Gaslighter, obviously, was one of my favorite songs. Next is Jaguar by Victoria Monet. I would say that this is one of the top 5 albums of the year. Wonderful album. I really, really loved this album. Very sensual, and I love that. And my top album of the year is Give Me a Minute by Lizzie McAlpine. Absolute beauty in an album. So many amazing songs, very sad music, but also some happy music. Nothing / sad and stuff is my favorite song. Absolute amazing song. Same boat. Headstones and landmines. Where do I go? I knew, like, every song is beautiful. But I would say Nothing / sad and stuff is my favorite, and then my second and third favorite are Same Boat and To the Mountains. Favorite album of the year. Come back to it all the time, every week at least a couple times. Next is Color Theory by Soccer Mommy. I really love Soccer Mommy. I believe Phoebe Bridgers introduced me. I mean, not personally, but she posted that on her story. Great song. Circle the Drain is amazing. Yeah. Next is an EP, In a Dream by Troye Sivan. I love Troye Sivan, obviously. Good, really good EP. Next is Smile by Katy Perry. Haven't really come back to it, but I love Katy Perry. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that. Next is, I think, it's a full album. It's Minor by Gracie Abrams, another new artist that I love. Top 10 albums. Yeah, I would say top 10 albums of the year, I think. One of the top 10. Really, really good. Long Sleeves is my favorite song. Next is an EP by a new artist, Field Guide, that I love. It is called You Were. Every single song is amazing. So touching, so deep, so raw. Beautiful. Next, I had to include, because it is a TikTok artist that I found and love, Avery Lynch, and her EP, To Love Someone Else. Great EP. Next is Nothing Is Lost by Luca Fogale. Really love this album. Slow Correction, Unfolding are my 2 favorite songs. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Next is Only Child by Sasha Sloan. I love Sasha Sloan so much. I haven't really come back to this, but great album. Next is NSWY: Dream Edits by Hone. I love Hone so much, and these dream edits were so amazing. So amazing. Next is Positions by Ariana Grande. Obviously, I Am Gay. Amazing album. Love the album. Next is an EP by Birdie. Now, Birdie just came out of the woodworks after many, many years gone. I think 2016 was the last time, or 2015, 2016, I think was the last time she released music. So, of course, I would say one of the top 10. It's 4 songs, but better than half the shit on this playlist. Next, so that's the EP, Piano Sketches by Birdie. Next is the album Nectar by Joji. I love Joji. New artist that I stumbled upon. My favorite song is Sanctuary of this album. Next is The Bends by Rosie Carney. I love Rosie Carney, so my 2 favorite artists released music this year, Phoebe Bridgers and Rosie Carney. Rosie Carney's album, I don't know, some amazing, amazing music. Her albums haven't been hitting me as hard, though, I will say that. Planet Telex, the first song, though, is my favorite. I need to give this more time, but I do love it. Next is Plastic Hearts by Miley Cyrus. Again, I'm gay. Like, what do I need to say? Like, I'm gay, obviously. Of course, I love this album. It's amazing. And then last but certainly not least is Ghost World by Lauren Aquilina. Again, another artist who hasn't released music in quite some time. I love Lauren Aquilina. I'm so sorry, y'all. Fucked Up Mind by her is just amazing. I love Lauren Aquilina. Also, Teenage Self is beautiful. And Best Friend. Whatever. Anyway, so what did I say? Top favorite album of the year is definitely by Lizzie McAlpine. Check her out, please. She's absolutely amazing. I cannot wait for her to blow up even more. She is so great. Wow, I got this done in 18 minutes. There's definitely some albums I didn't include in there that are also great. Like I said, you have to understand my biases. I tend to like more sad music. I did have a breakup this year, so those were kind of just the stuff that was impacting me the most, that I loved the most. If you have any suggestions,